In the spring of 1945, Berlin was no longer the proud capital of a thousand-year Reich. It had become a cornered beast, ravaged, deranged, and awaiting the final blow. The Battle of Berlin bore no resemblance to the elegant lines drawn on tactical maps. It was a colossal slaughterhouse where the bones and blood of millions were crushed in exchange for the total collapse of fascism. At dawn on April 16, 1945, the ground east of Berlin convulsed like a violent earthquake. Without any warning, more than 40,000 artillery pieces and Katyusha rocket launchers of the Soviet Red Army opened fire simultaneously. Their deafening roar tore through eardrums, and the night sky was illuminated in a lurid crimson glow of fire and destruction. Tens of thousands of tons of red-hot steel cascaded down upon the Salo Heights defensive line like a torrent. German defenders, including exhausted remnants and a patchwork force ranging from elderly men to children of the Hitler Youth, were immediately buried beneath an ocean of flames. The vengeance of 2.5 million Red Army soldiers had begun in full force. As the defensive lines shattered and the Red Army flooded into the city center, Berlin turned into a lawless arena of life and death. The front line was no longer defined by vast open fields, but shrank into every street corner, every ruined building, and every sewer mouth. Brick dust, gun smoke, and the acrid stench of burning flesh thickened the air. The brutality reached its peak. There was no mercy. Soviet T-34 tanks rumbled into narrow alleyways, only to become targets for Panzerfaust anti-tank rounds. Fired from the dark windows of shattered buildings. In response came blazing jets of flame from flamethrowers and relentless showers of grenades clearing out every room. Soldiers clashed at close quarters with bayonets, rifle butts, and entrenching tools in the pitch-black subway tunnels. The blood of both sides' troops and of civilians trapped within the city mingled with mud and rubble. The climax of madness and bloodshed converged at the Reichstag on April 30th. There, German forces had turned the building into a massive fortress, defended fanatically to the very last breath. To advance step by step, up each staircase, through every floor, Soviet soldiers paid with mountains of corpses. Interlocking streams of machine gun fire wove a deadly web, cutting down anyone who tried to break through. Ironically, while German soldiers and SS forces fought blindly above ground, deep beneath in the cold Führerbunker, the source of all this catastrophe, Adolf Hitler, ended his own life. The cowardly dictator chose a bullet to the head in the darkness, abandoning an entire nation being consumed by the flames of his reckless ambition. Hours later, amid relentless gunfire, the Red Army's flag flew atop the burning Reichstag. It was the final stroke that severed the head of the fascist beast. On May 2, 1945, the gunfire gradually fell silent. General Helmut Weitling emerged from his bunker and formally surrendered unconditionally. The storm had passed, leaving behind a Berlin completely leveled. Charred corpses and disabled tanks with broken tracks lay scattered across the silent streets. The most brutal battle in European history had come to an end. The Third Reich was buried in ashes, paid for with the lives of hundreds of thousands, leaving behind a blood-soaked lesson forever etched into the history of humanity.